One of the toughest pills that I've had to swallow in my business is realizing that I looked like, in the eyes of potential clients, customers, and colleagues, like everyone else because I didn't believe I was enough. See, when I launched my business and even during my pivot in 2016, 2017, my dominant thoughts about myself were I'm not enough, I don't have enough, and there isn't enough. Now, this was happening on the unconscious and subconscious level, but how it showed up in my business was me hiding, me not valuing my value, and me hiding. And so, because I was hiding, I looked like other business coaches in the marketplace. There was nothing unique or distinct about me. And in 2016, God was working on began the process of really helping me take my thoughts captive and up level my beliefs about myself. When I finally pivoted from being an executive coach to career coach, and I pivoted from being an executive coach to business coach, I said, okay, God, I'm going to do what you told me to do. I'm going to serve the clients you told me to serve. I'm going to teach female entrepreneurs about sales. And of course, I'm going to change my website. And he's like, no, you got to keep thebestcareerforme.com. What? How is that going to speak to female entrepreneurs? He said, keep the website, strip the copy, change the copy to reflect who you are speaking to, remove the executives' testimonials, put the seasoned business owners that you worked with, their testimonials up, and go do you. Well, he didn't say go do you. He's like, that's what you're going to work with. Do not hire a creative director to do the rebrand until I tell you to. And so during that period, I really started to work on my mindsets and my belief in myself and in valuing my value. And what I learned is that you don't need a fancy aligned website. You don't need a large list. You don't need a large audience to enroll ideal high ticket clients at the $5,000, $10,000, $12,000, $15,000, $25,000 and above level, most in a single sales conversation. That's not what you need. Those are nice to have, and those you will need those to help you scale in the future, but you don't need, they're not like absolute necessities, right? They're not they're not essential. What you do need is to value your value and have belief in yourself. And one of the easiest ways to position yourself to attract those type of clients is what I call authentic, empowered empathy. Let's break that down. Authentic, being real, i.e., being human, being a person who sells to another person. Authentic, empowered empathy. So the authentic is being real. And what I discovered through being on podcasts, on one podcast that generated $42,000 of sales, being a guest on a virtual summit that generated $12,000 client in a single sales conversation, and other type of guest, being a guest expert on someone else's audience, was that me being real and sharing my story and sharing my mistakes and my fears and my doubts and my successes and how I think is what distinguishes me and positions me so that I am not viewed as like everyone else. In fact, one of the things that like 99% of clients who've worked with me has said, Althea, I've worked with other business coaches before to help me with sales. In fact, I've worked with other Christian business coaches. And so what makes you different? How do I know you are who you say you are? And then I said, let me ask you a question. Are you afraid that I will sell you something and you will buy something else? And they'll say yes. And I said, that's happened to me. I remember buying a program, but being sold something else. And I ask a ton of questions. So I asked a lot of questions, but I discovered I didn't know the questions to ask. And they said, I wasn't really worried. I just wanted to hear your response because I could tell from your YouTube videos that you were genuine, i.e., I was authentic. I was real. I was human. So, position strategy that will separate you from others in your field and let those who are looking to invest in your products and services know you are the one is be real, be authentic, share. So let's go to the second part. Remember, it's authentic, empowered empathy. And when do you use this? Use this everywhere. And your ability to use it everywhere begins with you valuing your value and knowing in your ether that you are enough, you have enough, there is enough. So empowered empathy. This actually was given to me by a client who says, that's what you do, Althea. You offer empowered empathy. I said, tell me more. Well, first, from taking the skills finder, empathy was one of my top skills. So, hearing people say that I'm empathetic and that I see them, and people saying, thank you for seeing me in a way that I've never been seen. Thank you for hearing me in a way I've never been heard. That wasn't uncommon for me to hear, right? But I didn't realize until hearing from other people's compliments that this was a strength that I could leverage and lean into, again, to position myself where more people bought from me. And why would more people buy from me? And why will more people buy from you when you lean into empathy? Because people don't care what you have to sell until they feel that you care about them, right? It's like, do you hear me? Do you see me? Do you understand where I'm coming from? Until you're able to demonstrate that, not only in words, but in real action, no one's going to buy from you, right? So let's talk about the empowered part. My client said, because you hear where I am, you see where I am, but you're not sitting there like wallowing. It's like you're empowering me to move forward, right? So authentic, empowered empathy is being real, acknowledging where people are and saying, listen, I've been there too. I get it. But we're not staying here. I'm not letting you off the hook on what you desire to do, what you desire to have, and that I know and you know you're able to do, right? It's letting them be seen and heard and we're not staying here. And all of this is what I say is necessary. This is necessary. This is a requirement when you want to position yourself to be the obvious choice for those who you're called to serve. And it requires you to not hide. Woo! Man. It's easy for me to share now, but not so long ago, I remember the fear and the anxiety of sharing the real me on the internet. Like, I could share it with my private clients or my group clients or in master classes or on podcasts, but it just felt different sharing it with you in this capacity. But God. And so it was a pill for me to swallow, a hard pill for me to swallow, to realize that I was getting in my own way. I was getting in my own way because I didn't believe that I was enough, I had enough, and there is enough. So if you want people to buy from you in a single sales conversation, and not just people, right? We're talking ideal high ticket clients who you know you can help, who pick up what you lay down, who do the work, who are grateful, and who love investing in themselves, who believe in investing in themselves, and are ready to pay you. Then using this strategy of authentic, empowered empathy is something that you're going to want to embrace and implement into your business. And it begins again, I didn't say this before, it begins with identity, which is, we know a part of identity is your beliefs and your mindsets and your thoughts, right? So here's your invitation to believe in yourself and stop getting in your own way unconsciously or subconsciously. Listen, I created a free training just for you to help you not feel guilty about being paid a lot of money, doing what you love to do, what is easy for you to do, and is hard for others. For you to change how you think, not only about yourself, but also around sales. And it begins with awareness. So the awareness is understanding the 7 biggest sales mistakes that female entrepreneurs make that keep them from 7 figures. I created this training just for you, and I've created a bonus workbook for you to use alongside of it. Go ahead and take advantage of it. You will thank me later. You can go in the description box of this video and grab it. It is powerful. It is a game changer, and your future self will thank you. Hey, let me know. I'm curious, what in this video spoke to you the most? Is it having belief in yourself? Is it realizing that you are enough? You have enough? There is enough? Is it realizing that you have been getting in your own way unconsciously, subconsciously? I'd love to hear and continue the conversation. It's a safe space. It's an empowered, authentic place, and I want to hear from you. So let's continue in the conversation below. And then make sure for me to see you in your free training of the 7 biggest sales mistakes that female entrepreneurs make that keep them from 7 figures. Can't wait to see you there. Until then, take care. God bless. Love you. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when we release a new video. Then click the TV to watch the next video. Go to altheamcintyre.com to get your free training on the 7 biggest sales mistakes that keep you from 7 figures.